If I were to layer different dialogue over what I'm saying right now, right? And I were to, I don't know, see the purple Chinese chicken end up having a stroke and falling down and busting its head open on this one steel-toed boot that an orphan is wearing on the streets of Azkaban, right after having to buy ham for the specific purpose of using the juices as the battery juices for the rocket engines that it will eventually place on the Eiffel Tower to go up to the moon, where there's a hidden incel colony waiting for Jordan Peterson to read about Santa's weird sexcapades behind his wife's back. It'd be kind of weird, right? I feel like you'd be able to notice the difference, but apparently conservatives can't when it comes down to AOC.
Ceasefire means that somebody sees a fire. It could be any kind of fire. It could be a big fire or a small fire, a bonfire or even a candle flame. It just matters that somebody sees a fire. That's why we call it a ceasefire.
I really, really hope that every one of you who just watched that gets that that is not the actual video of AOC talking about ceasefires or candles or whatever. That's a deep fake. It was manipulated video that put words into her mouth that she didn't actually say. I hope that everybody gets that. But apparently,
by the way, real quick, I just want to make one thing clear real quick. John here is a pretty good bean. I think JR is pretty cool. Other than that, fuck TYT.
Reuters had to do an actual fact check. You can see right here. The video of Ocasio-Cortez explaining ceasefires is digitally altered. Now, look, them choosing to do a fact check doesn't prove that people didn't get it, but people's responses to it sure seem to indicate that they didn't understand that that was manipulated. That clip was shared on Facebook and Instagram, and there were comments like, "Stupid is as stupid does. And this is who is in charge of the country. No wonder we're in such bad shape." And I've honestly seen more educated people at the community level. Also, is she actually graduated from the 2nd grade? How did you not get that that's fake? Like, I love the idea of aggressively, confidently accusing another person of being stupid while you don't get that you're being manipulated by something that obviously isn't true.
Yeah, exactly. Like, conservatives, if you happen to be watching this and this is a YouTube video, I'm going to do the same thing I did at the beginning of the video. If I am saying words like titties in a bonfire, titties in a bonfire, can you blow at least 14 balloons with only one nostril per millisecond? I don't think you can, John Travolta. I have at least one vacuum cleaner that is trying to write a poem to me with just anger, I guess. I don't know who he is, but I'll tell you what, I have had 40 old men cutting holes into me to take shits in them. But like, I don't know, if I maybe like rewound this and then played this part where I was live and what I actually said right afterwards, you know, and I'm watching this video and I'm looking at chat live here on Twitch, you know, I say just like pretty sensible stuff, you know, that like right now might confuse you, chat. But like in like the video when I'm editing it, I edit different words to where like I'm saying things like, you know, sucking dicks is for trees and grasshoppers, you know what I'm saying? Like some weird shit like that, you know? Probably a big difference. But you know what? Here's the thing. This isn't about whether or not... I honestly don't believe that this is about people being fooled. I think people just want AOC to be dumb, and so they just choose to believe it.
AOC, stop speaking about things you know nothing about. As long as there are hostages in Gaza, there will be no peace. There will be no ceasefire. This is one of the most basic things about military engagement that you clearly have yet to understand. And then another person who says, gotta be a deep fake. Yeah, but You're saying that as if you're not 100% sure. How are you not 100% sure that that's fake? Now, look, there's lots of this stuff going around. AOC's been a target of it by a lot of times. But JR, this is a demonstration of how dangerous this stuff is that we always talk about how the technology is going to get better. It doesn't need to. It doesn't need to be plausible because people are so desperate to believe things about those they despise that they utterly suspend their disbelief. What do you make of it?
It's what you know. What? Yeah, I mean, that's totally true. I feel like the further I go in this career, quote unquote, I guess, of being a political pundit for the far left on the internet, you know, that like I'm becoming more attracted to dog knot. There's just something about the cock of a dog that just really riles me up, especially after cutting it off, hollowing it out, and using it as kind of like a victory mug to collect all the adrenochrome from all of the Republican Christian babies that I harvest under pizza places. Hey, I support pedophilia. You know what I'm saying? I mean, really though, like the military-industrial complex is like really fucking cool. It really makes me like come all the time. I don't even have to touch my penis. I come really easily. I pre-cum. I come from seeing cars. Now, as you can see in this video, you know, this is what I actually said, quote unquote, I guess, of being a political pundit for the far left on the internet, you know, that like, you know, just like with the two examples earlier, if I, you know, say regular words, I could just, I don't know, someone could probably just, someone could probably take a whole amalgamation of all my videos with my voice and whatnot and synthesize it to where I'm like, hey, I support pedophilia. You know what I'm saying? I could just like have that, you know, like be put out there about people I really hate. I mean, imagine like all of the fucking clip chimps of Vosh and shit. You know, it's the same thing there. But if you looked carefully at my mouth, you know, they didn't really match the precise things that I was actually saying. But they are things that far-right people and people who disagree with me would probably do if I was more prominent. Let alone as prominent as, say, Keffels or Vosh or Hassan or any of these bigger names on the online left. And it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse, you know. So, you know, there has to be a way for us to be able to differentiate between a real video with what real people are really saying and deepfakes, because it's getting fucking terrifying out there. I mean, you just said it, so that's way easier to manipulate. Right. No! 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 I'm like, hey, I support pedophilia. You know what I'm saying? No! I could just like, hey, I support pedophilia. You know what I'm saying? I could just like, hey, I support pedophilia. You know what I'm saying? I could just like, hey, I support pedophilia. You know what I'm saying? I could just like, hey, I support pedophilia. You know what I'm saying? I could just like, hey, I support pedophilia. You know what I'm saying? I could just like, hey, I support pedophilia. You know what I'm saying? I could just like, hey, I support pedophilia. You know what I'm saying? Oh my god, I could just no, there's titties. Oh my god, holy fuck. Oh my god, that is funny as fuck, dude. Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh my god, that is so fucked up. Fastest clip hand in the West. Oh my god. What the fuck? You know, I'm starting to regret this whole like, hey, whatever clips you make of me, I'll put it in the compilation at the next Streamiversary celebration. Yep, whatever you clip, I will put it in the compilation. I am regretting that now. You might want to leave that one out. You know what? A promise is made, promise is kept. God damn it. God damn it. God damn it.
Maybe because we look at video all day and I have to look at it closely and analyze and edit. It took 3 words before I knew that that was off. Nowhere near the way her mouth could move to say the words that you were hearing. It just didn't. If nothing else, the first thing you think is, oh, the audio is off. They need to fix it. And then you go, wait, no, actually, this is not. This is just ain't it. I guess my first thought was going to be good thing these things haven't gotten as good as they're going to get, which then we're in serious trouble at that point. But good things this thing haven't gotten where we got yet, because there's no way people are going to believe this on a wide scale. The way that people on the internet love to jump straight to something so fake, even something that sometimes is real, oh, this is totally fake. Now the stuff that's obviously fake, enough people are buying still. I guess when it comes to politicians, when it comes to, I guess, normally boring things that the general community doesn't talk about, like wars and murdering people on mass scales, ceasefires, so that maybe folks don't have to continue to go through devastation like this for at least 4 days, then those type of things are too boring for enough people to care enough about, to pay enough close attention to then say widely. Yo, you know that they're doing deep fakes of politicians just saying would-be normal things. Instead, they manipulate it so they can change the anger and discussions around these things. I don't know. Bro, I've been concerned about how this is going to take over our normal brains, our normal thought processes for a decade. And here we are. And here we are.
Yeah, I remember you talking about people being zapped way back in the day, and now it's happening.
Who clowned me for that, John? Who clowned me for that?
Probably Jank, but also me at home. That was before I worked there. But anyway, but it's so bad. Yonek in the Twitch chat said that's a shallow fake. But again, it doesn't have to be that deep. Also, what is the purpose of that viral video? You don't need to respect people who are calling for a ceasefire because they're stupid. They don't actually know what they're talking about. It's a dumb thing that dumb people say. Flame on, just burn the entire Gaza down because only stupid people want a ceasefire. That's the policy part of this. The bigger issue, and I've pointed this out multiple times, is that they are desperate to believe that AOC is dumb.
Exactly.
They just want to believe that she's stupid. They don't care that she's got degrees in
Just
international relations and economics, and you can say that you can get those degrees without being that smart. The issue is that you can't do all the public speaking without an understanding of the policy that she does.
Yeah.
Extemporaneous, in-depth talk about a lot of different topics. And I am sorry to you right-wingers watching this, that hurts you when she demonstrates that she's not a moron. And when you say that you believe that she is, and then you still have to fake it. You have to make fake versions of her being dumb. You prove that you don't actually think that. You have no faith in her being an idiot, because then you do what people do with people on your side of the aisle. People don't need to make fake videos of Marjorie Greene and Lauren Boebert and Louis Gohmert. You know what videos they play? Actual videos. And they sound authentically stupid because they are. You guys have to fake it with AOC, and every time you do that, you betray that you know that she's smart, and it just burns inside of you, and I love it. So I don't.
Yeah, no shit though. No, that's solid. I agree with that 100%. And that's pretty much what I said earlier. These motherfuckers are so desperate to win. See, I've said this before and I'll say it again. The right wing, they don't care about truth. They don't care about facts. They don't care about being right. They only care about the appearance of it. And so long as you appear to be on the side of truth and facts, so long as you appear to be right, appear to be correct, then that means you win. Like that whole old saying, this is selling ice cubes to an Eskimo thing, you know? If I were to convince everyone in my community, you know, that 2 + 2 is not 4, but it is actually 5, you know, that doesn't mean I'm right, but it does mean that I appear to be right because so many people agree with me, right? That's not always the case. Actually, I feel like nowadays, more often than not, that's not the case. They're so desperate for victory that they will stoop to loser tendencies and tactics in order to appear as though they're victorious. That's how fascism goes.
This is in charge of our country. They're targeting people who don't think either, because there's no way this one congresswoman is in charge of this country.
Yeah, they're not even in charge of the House, you dum-dum.
Well, and that's the other thing too, is that like literally, you had a motherfucker who was staring into the sun during the eclipse, you know. But hey, your guy, genius. Somehow, AI is getting fucking scary, dude. It is getting scary.